Everybody, welcome to another episode. I am just outside of Spokane, Washington. I have just arrived at my sister Dawn's house. She doesn't even know I'm here yet because I'm outside playing with her dog. Oh look, it's my sister Dawn. Hey.
Hey!
It's Dawn. I'm going to be here at your house maybe 2 or 3 days.
I think so.
It'll be really fun. And do you think we get to go see the horses?
I sure hope so, yes.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah, so Dawn is a big horse person, and so hopefully... Hey, Jupes, did you need someone to throw that pine cone? Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to go hang out with the horses and play some games and have some fun before I take off to Canada. So, yay! Hi, sis!
Yay!
How many horses do you have?
I have 3. They're all Arabians.
I have taken care of horses for at least 13 years every day, but I've been around horses all my life, since I was about 6 years old.
Hi.
Sniffy sniffs. How you doing?
Girls, good girls.
I ride Jorah almost every single day. He's ridden 5 days a week. Good boy. It's just peace. And it's a time that I get to just spend with the animals outside. Good job, Jorah. The horses in my life play a huge part because they are just my passion. I try to be out there 3 to 4 hours a day, but I could probably spend 8 hours a day with them.
I'm leaving my sister's house after having so much fun. Bye. See you, Jupes. Love you.
Love you.
Saying goodbye to my sister after having so much fun. And now I'm approaching the border. I am 1,400 feet from the customs office. Nope.
Have fun.
Thanks. I have camped out in the national park here. This is Kunete, I think, National Park. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I couldn't get a clear answer from the rangers on where I could legally camp and which permits I needed. So I think I'm legal to camp on all the fire roads, but there are active fires going on and all kinds of things happening. So tonight I just decided to stay here. Holy smokes. Let's go out here on this bridge here. But oh my gosh, look at the view. This is exactly the kind of experience I was hoping for when I came up here to Canada. I love this water. It's glacial melt, and so it's turquoise. It's just the most spectacular color. It's really cool. There are not a lot of bugs or anything. I have seen on my drive up here so far, I've had an encounter with elk, with deer. There was a grizzly that came into camp. I didn't get to see the grizzly, but scared the heck out of a couple of campers down the road from me. So lots of wildlife, and the weather has been perfect. So tomorrow I'll cross over these mountains, and then we'll get into Banff and all the rivers or the lakes and things like that. And I just absolutely cannot wait. I have just packed up my camp. It was a chilly night last night. Right now it's 10:30. I didn't wake up till 10. It's 55 degrees. So in these tall trees, it is chilly. So I'm warming up and heading into Banff. I just survived driving through the town of Banff. It is definitely an amazing tourist town. It's really, really beautiful, but it is incredibly congested. There are people walking, bicycles. There's nowhere to park. You have to pay to park in these parking decks if you can even find space. And then the the hotels are hundreds of dollars a night. So it's a kind of place that you go if you've planned well ahead, you got a lot of money, and you want an amazing place to walk from and go on all the hikes and take the buses out to the lakes and things like that, which are none of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to have a nice isolated kind of out in the wilderness, just me and the bears kind of experience. And so it was fun to see Banff. I was hoping to get a coffee, but I couldn't even find a place to park to do that. So I'm gonna find a little rest stop, make my own coffee, and then we're heading north to see some more of this incredible valley.
Dat is mooi.
Hi, we're here in Payton, Calgary.
So there are so many people on this trail and at that site. There's really not a good way to get a shot. So what I'm going to do is see if I can fly the drone. I don't know if it's allowed. We'll do our best. Had a pretty spectacular time here in Banff National Park. I love the glaciers and the scenery. It's just really spectacular here. The one thing though, it's just packed with people, and the experience that I wanted in these mountains is to have some off-grid dispersed camping. And so to do that, I need some help. So what I'm going to do is go into Calgary, go to some outfitting shops, get some better maps, get some advice from people that live around here, and then I'm going to return to the mountains outside of the park. I need to find Crown Land. That's where you can camp dispersed and for free. And then hopefully I'll have an experience that I've seen on other YouTube channels like FORESTY Forest. I love that channel, and others. So let's get into Calgary and see what we can do. I just left Mountain Equipment Company. I talked to a few people in there. They couldn't give me a definitive answer about where Crown Land begins and ends. There are tons of maps that they have, but those just weren't really definitive either. So luckily, right across the street, there's another shop called Atmosphere. It's a much smaller store, and I was able to find somebody that actually goes out and does dispersed camping, and she was able to show me on the maps how to look and see which areas are Crown land and which areas are not. And so that was really, really helpful. That in combination of some things that I saw on FORESTY Force's page and his summiting map, and then another channel I found. I'll put links in the description of this video so you know what I'm talking about. But putting all that stuff together, I think I have a pretty good idea of where I can camp dispersed, and so I'm gonna go head out and do that right now. Things aren't looking good for camping here. I'm on a Forest Service road, and I was planning on zipping up here about an hour down the road, something like that, and finding a really cool place to camp. However, there are forest fires, and as I was approaching, I could see more and more and more smoke. And so I came around a corner, I could actually see the fires. And then I hit a road closure, and then one of the firefighters came and talked to me, told me there's an evacuation order in place and that I needed to turn around. I couldn't go any farther. So there are several fires here in this valley, several major fires, and so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to camp here anytime this week, which is a bummer. But what we want is for all the firefighters to be safe, and they're trying to save some houses and structures just behind me here. So we hope all of that happens. Better safe than sorry. So I'm turning back. I'm going to a normal improved campground. I'll stay there for the night. We'll see how things are in the next couple of days. But according to the firefighter I talked to, he didn't want to be on camera, but he said don't count on camping here in the next week or maybe two. The fire danger is just really high, and there are just so many fires. It's not a good idea. So I'm a little bit bummed, but there is camping. It's just not the camping that I wanted. Well, despite the fires, I did find a great place to stay. This is the McLeod campground, and it's a normal improved campground. It's $15 a night, something like that. It's got bathrooms and running water and all that goodness. And right now there's not a lot of people here, so that's fantastic. The sun's just getting over the horizon. It's a golden hour. Looks wonderful here, as you can see. So I timed it just about perfectly right. I'm going to stay here for tonight, check on the fires tomorrow, see if I should stick around or if I should start heading back toward the United States. I hope not, but let's just wait and see what happens over the next day or two or three, and then we'll figure it out from there. Oh, it's cold. I woke up this morning and the tent was covered in ashes. So evidently all night ashes from the fires have been blowing in and covering everything. Ashes everywhere. Wow, crazy forest fires, huh? Over here, that's where I had planned to spend the next week or so exploring the forest roads and all the little dispersed camping spots and some places that I saw online, some great trails that I saw on the FORESTY Forest on his YouTube channel. Unfortunately, there's so many fires, there's so much smoke that side, the eastern side, is all closed off for at least another week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on how soon they can put that fire out. And so what I'm hoping to do is go on the other side over here. That is the western side of the valley. There are some really amazing forest roads and trails and things over there. However, when I was driving down the valley, I did see fire. I did see smoke on both sides of the valley. So hopefully the western side isn't as bad and there are some places that I can go. If not, I will head south and find some places that are fire-free and then head back into the United States. I've got some things I need to get to there. So let's go into Radium Hot Springs, get a better view of what's happening. I'll have some Wi-Fi and internet connection there. I can see exactly what's going on and I don't have to speculate. I was able to make it down into town and find a little cafe and check my fire maps on Gaia. I discovered that there were fires in the north and south and the east and west, and so I thought my best bet was to camp just outside of town at Red Street Campground and hope that things would get better. I know I've mentioned previously that one of the big reasons I came to Canada was because of the amazing channel FORESTY Forest. It's Simon and Rocco summiting peaks and doing all kinds of crazy things, and something just really miraculous happened as I've been sitting here waiting for the forest fires to clear up and figure out my next move. None other than Mr. FORESTY himself drove by. He's my favorite internet dog. He's Rocco, the dog of the week. Say hi, Rocco. Oh, and it's also Simon, Mr. FORESTY Forest. Hello. He lives in a van. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm just outside of Iridium Hot Springs. I've been here for a couple of days at Red Street Campground, hoping that the smoke would clear up, but that just has not happened. And talking to Simon from FORESTY Forest, he said that really what I needed to do was either go way north past Golden, maybe even past Jasper, or I need to get south. And so because of my schedule, I only have about 5 days that I can spend here in Canada. Unfortunately, I'm going to head south and see if I can find some camping down there. I'm not going to be able to see the big peaks and things that I was hoping for this trip. That's okay. There's always the next time, and so I think I'll return to Canada at some point in the future, and hopefully there'll be no smoke and no fires. I'm coming up on the area in Kimberley, just outside of Kimberley, where I was hoping to do some Forest Service Road exploring and camping, but looking out, the smoke is even worse than it was where I just came from. So there must be a new forest fire that I'm not aware of. I haven't had any cell service, so something must have happened. I'll just keep exploring. Hopefully I can find something for tonight. It's still early in the day. We'll make it happen. There's lots more to see. I was finally able to get outside of Kimberley. There's a sort of a smoke-free day, and now I'm on this crazy fire road. I was a little bit nervous about coming back here by myself, but I was filming, and fortunately there's a truck that caught up with me. So if I do get stuck, I will have somebody to help me out. He's back there. I let him lead. Okay, well, this is the kind of road I was hoping to go on, and it's pretty spectacular. My hands are shaking. Well, my friends have left. They took a different route, and he said there's no guarantees what's up over this pass. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and go back the way I came, because at least I know I can do that road. Canada has definitely lived up to my expectations. Even though I didn't get to go to the big peaks and things because of the fires, I was able to finally get out and do some off-roading way beyond my abilities. Thank you for the wonderful Canadians that stopped along the way and helped guide me up this trail here. Now I'm heading back, and so I think what I'll have to do is return to Canada once the fires are gone and I have a little bit more time. This was absolutely a wonderful, wonderful trip so far. I think there's still more to come, but for this video, I think we'll end it here. Hey, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when I release a new video. Watching these videos is the biggest thing you can do to help me out, and of course, tell your friends about the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next episode.